UFC 299 is finally here. We're back with another absolute banging card, one of the best cards of all time. I'm going to be doing a main card breakdown and prediction in this video, so we'll get straight into it. Petr Yan, possibly one of, at the time, one of the scariest champions, but look, now is one of the biggest kind of, people say, oh, look at Yan, he fell off, but I think Yan's going to win this one. Song Yadong is good, but I still think, let's break it down. You could argue Yan has only lost one fight in his career. The Sean loss, I think me and most people agreed he won that fight. The Aljo loss, you could argue he won. I don't know. I probably wouldn't give it to Yan at the time. I did, like, when I first watched it, I was like, Yan should have won that. But Aljo probably should have won, but a lot of people still do think Yan won. So you could really argue he's only lost one fight, and in the first Aljo fight he didn't lose. But Petr Yan is still one of the best in the world. He's still one of the best in the world. It's not, people are acting like he took an insane amount of damage in the Merab fight. Bro, he didn't take any damage. He took time off. He's back in it. Now. Song Yadong's a good matchup to know where he is. Like, if you can't beat Song, then you're not where you were, and you never will be, to be honest with you. Song's good, but he's still not at that level. Like, he's the future, but Yan's got to prove that he's the present. Because Yan was one of the scariest champions I've ever seen. I didn't see anyone beating him, but I think Yan's too good. I think he's, like, Song's lost to some people like Kyler Phillips. Bro, I can't remember, was it a decision with Casey Kenny or something? I'm not sure if he lost. I can't remember that fight, but like, he hasn't swept the floor with competition. He had a good fight with Sandhagen, but I think Yan's probably a better boxer. He beat Sandhagen up, you know what I mean? He did beat him up. I think Yan's going to win this fight because I don't see Song being able to control him. Yan's got good takedown defense. I'm telling you, just because Merab spam takedowns doesn't mean Yan is a bad grappler. You know? Look what Merab did to Cejudo, as an Olympic gold medalist. I'm saying that people just haven't found out that one knockout power to hurt Merab, but we will find it when he fights O'Malley or Sandhagen. That's all I'm going to say. But I think Yan's better than Song Yadong, to be honest with you. I still think he's good. I still think he can make a run for the title. I honestly think he can win the belt again. But it all starts Saturday night. He needs to win this fight, because if he loses, I don't actually see a way back to it. So he needs to win this fight more than anything, because I feel like Yan, I don't want to see Yan as like a top 5 fighter. I want to see him with the belt. I don't think he should be like outside the top 5 ever. I don't want to see it. So I'm going Petr Yan, and I'll go Petr Yan by decision. Next one I'm really excited for: Jack Della Maddalena versus Gilbert Burns. I feel like this is a bit of a passing of the torch. I think I seen this earlier. Gilbert Burns is 37 and JDM is 27. That's insane. And I feel like the age really caught up to Gilbert in the last fight. You know, look how many injuries he had at the end of that fight. He took a year off, pretty much, more or less 10 months, which is a good idea. He needed that. He needed to rest. He needed to recover. He needed to just, because he was like proper focused. He was fighting every week. And it just caught up to him in the end. But yeah, it's a close one. A lot of people are saying, I see most people giving Gilbert the edge, but I don't honestly give JDM the edge here. I think his boxing's way better than Gilbert's. Gilbert's chin isn't the best. He got knocked out by Hooker, got knocked out by Usman. You know what I mean? He can get caught. He got dropped by Hamzat as well. They're all heavy hitters, but still, I still think Gilbert isn't at the top of the division anymore. Like, I feel like JDM could win this fight and overtake him. I don't feel like Gilbert is ever going to win a belt. I think he got absolutely smoked by Leon, to be honest with you. I don't even think that's a good fight. I would have thought it was back in the day, but I don't think it is now. JDM, obviously the grappling is the biggest question mark, considering how shit he looked in that short notice fight. I can't remember the dude's name. That was one of the most frustrating fights I've ever watched. Like, just don't pull. If he goes to pull guillotine on Gilbert, he's going to get submitted. You know, I could see it, but I think he's probably not that stupid. You know what I mean? I think he was taking a piss in that fight, and I don't think, because he looked better in the Holland fight. His combinations are way better than Gilbert's. His stand-up, it's not even close if it's a boxing match. And that's exactly what JDM needs to do. But Gilbert needs to get into the ground, because we did see JDM's weakness being on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, he can be taken, not that he can be taken down, but he can be like, he's exploited on the ground a bit. You know what I mean? It can be a weakness. So that's what I think. I think he really needs to do that. And once he does that, once he's kind of like getting him down, he could, notch up a submission. But I wouldn't necessarily be betting on a submission from Gilbert here, to be honest with you. But like, it's still a possibility, because we really don't know how good JDM's grappling is yet. If he gets taken out in this fight and then just like gets back up, we're gonna see how good it is. But yeah, on to the next one for me. Probably my most excited fight of the card. One that my channel really blew up with. It's Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint-Denis. And I still have not changed my mind at all in this fight. I think Dustin Poirier is going to knock out Benoit Saint-Denis in the 4th round. And I think you're all going to be surprised at how not bad Saint-Denis looked, but that Poirier still got it. And I think Saint-Denis, he is overrated from what I've been seeing. I don't see the hype. Actually, maybe me saying he's overrated is wrong, because he still hasn't had the massive fights where he's been in, but I don't see the hype yet. And now if he goes in there and starts his Poirier, then fucking I'll be the first one to get on it. But I don't see it happening. I think he's basic enough. I think once you take away the kick, which Poirier will, I think he'd be fine. And I think I can trust him with his gas tank. We don't know what Benoit Saint-Denis' gas tank is like. People are saying, Lucas Tracy said it's unbelievable, and he's got an elite cardio, but who's ever seen that? He's gone past like the 1st round once. It doesn't make sense to me. But hey, I'm going with Poirier 4th round KO. I think he's going to weather the storm early on. He could get hurt. I could see him getting hurt. Don't think he's going to get taken down. I think he's going to knock him out. I think he'll knock him out up against the cage, be it like McGregor 2. That's my prediction, or an Eddie Alvarez 2. MVP versus Kevin Holland, one of the biggest personalities in the sport, against one of the person that we always wanted to see in the cage, in the UFC's cage. I think it'll be short-lived. I think Kevin Holland is going to could see him submitting MVP. That's actually going to be my prediction. MVP's old. He's fought absolute cans. He's not fought anyone good. Douglas Lima was the only good person he fought, and he got knocked out, and he probably should have lost the second fight. I watched that one live. But yeah, MVP's a great striker. But I don't think Kevin Holland is going to be that stupid that he stands in front of him. He probably learned from the Wonderboy fight. He's going to go wrestler mode. He's going to go wrestler mode real quick. And I think he'll have good success with the wrestling against MVP, and I think he will submit him. Could see a decision either. I don't really see Page winning now, if I'm being completely honest with you. I just don't think he's that good. Great striker, and he's got good techniques on the feet, but I just think Holland's better, man. I think Holland's better, and I think Holland's going to get this one done. It is a bit of a shame, because MVP in the UFC would have been class, but 36, it's a bit old. Now, the only reason they're doing it is because Leon's champ. If Colby was champ, I don't think Page would be in the UFC. He'd be fighting a Bellator, or the PFL, making fucking bank. But the fact is, it's kind of like Pereira Izzy. You know what I mean? There's not really many contenders in welterweight. I mean, there's a few, but none that are really going to get your hopes up for a matchup. I think Page could do that, an all English. That's never happened before. Yeah, why not? Main event. I've maybe been doing this previously. Sean O'Malley should beat Chito. And I say should, because Chito actually has a chance in this fight. Sean should win. I think Sean is going to win. But he needs to be smart, because standing in front of Chito for 5 rounds and not getting hit once is going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a boring fight, I think. This is why I'm not really looking forward to it, because he's not really going to be doing much, Sean. He's just going to chip at the way at the leg, keep at distance. He's not knocking Chito out. I wouldn't be surprised if he grapples. I think he might have to for a round, because it's so dangerous to stand in front of Chito. I can see Chito catching him later on when he's tired. That's the problem. And if Chito's champ, he'd be the worst champion in UFC history. He'd be worse than Bisping, and that is a fact. So I'm going to go with Sean, probably 49-46. I could see Chito taking a round if he hurts him. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping, Sean, for the sport's sake. I'm hoping, Sean, but let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much.